Well, after declaring her absolute adoration for the president to an absolute stranger who was definitely not related to him in any way. Wink. Do you think any of them are any closer to actually being a bit more proactive? Stop waiting for the other one to fall into the trap and lose the game, which they're the only ones actually playing. But if some comments and some rather excitable people over on Discord are correct, then this episode may focus on Ishigami. Which kind of actually fills me with a bit of dread. But with that said, if you like what I'm doing and by the end of the video decide that I'm worth it, why not subscribe to the channel? Maybe even like the video. But of course, more Kaguya. What can go wrong? Who's that in reference to? Oh. I forgot that he was wearing... I forgot what he was wearing, to be fair. But yeah. Of course, everyone was going to full on just love it. Everyone is getting right into the spirit, which is nice, but... if you do anything with enough confidence, then no one can have anything bad to say, I guess. Well, if this doesn't get them fired up to win the sports festival, then what else will? Yep. Well done. He went through with it like he said he would. And just when he's about to start enjoying his life. Is this... I was about to say, is this happening or is this in his mind? Like he himself won't let go of it. Why are you here? Is that going to be explained? Also, who is she? How did the skirt... How did the skirt impede him on jumping over a fence? Wouldn't it be like more able to move, your legs better without the impediment of fabric from trousers? That's what he was going for. Any particular reason why they've got no faces? I'm not even going to bother trying to pretend like I can read that. Okay. I can see some of the clubs there. What is your part of a club that's hard to put into like a material item? Okay. An aspect ratio change. Brilliant. And just like that, he can only hear the negativity. Flashback. 5:15. Okay, it's definitely the very beginning of the origins here. Oh, how this could have been any different type of story if this wasn't rooted in reality somewhat, I'm guessing. Where things don't go great. What are those poles that are attached to the columns there? He's not even giving a face, and he's shaded out in crayon. Okay. Fairly great so far. Ah, so he's an arsehole. That's both good and bad. I can see how this goes wrong now. Is he going to... The thing is, no one's going to believe it straight off if you just put things out there. Why did he... Why did he break that? The good thing about this now is that if you're ever going into a situation like this, you can record these fucking conversations and expose the assholes. Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You are more despicable because I can imagine what that is. Mm-hmm. And since he's one of these people who manages to... Yep. And use the situation to his advantage, this is where Ishigami's distrust of everyone comes from. And obviously, Ishigami's not in the greatest of lights here, since no one actually knows what's happening. Can't say that violence is completely justified. Trying to take the moral high ground because people are watching. Oh, brilliant. I was about to say those eyes look like Mob Psycho type drawing, but... Sure, but that's in response of you being outed as being a complete scumbag? That seems like a light problem. No laying in the groundwork, so no one will believe him even if he comes out of it. Oh, he's in the theatrics club. Of course, that would be real. How he can do this. Explain a bit more, Ishigami. You can't just leave it as that. You haven't put out an argument. People in high school are easily swayed. This is why mob rule is a very disgusting prospect, and I absolutely despise false accusations without merit, without evidence. Good thing I don't get caught up with that stuff because I understand it. Ishigami, you haven't put up anything here. But there are things from your past that stick with you for a very long time. Even the minutest of things can make a vast impact on your life. Seems about right, actually. Letter of apology. Oh, fuck that. I mean... Justice is a very funny thing, isn't it? Because people with the right words, right amount of money, etc., can get out of anything. Suspended for a month. Not the worst. Sure, there's gonna be backlash. Who was that? Here's the thing. I can understand this in a Western school thing. It would probably be dropped, but in Japan, psst, that's gonna dig deep, isn't it? Oh, uh, this hurts on a visceral level. I'm probably not saying anything for a while. Yeah. So, I know. Happiness is a thing that can be very, very fickle. It can be shattered in an instant, and misery lasts and permeates for a very long time. Yeah, having him here at the minute with zero confidence, has no wherewithal of what he's actually doing. Brilliant, Ishigami. Hopefully, things in your immediate present or in your past aren't there to haunt you forever. If you don't let them, which is nice, and the and hopefully the president and everyone around him that he's met in the council have done well by him. And that's sometimes all it takes. Someone to outstretch a hand. Wait, what? You were investigating the entire thing. Okay. Good. And she went to a different high school. Okay, I guess that's somewhat resolved, but why? So the fact that he never backed down, he got his victory. If it was ass backwards, here's the thing: someone like that needed someone to give them a talking to. Maybe physically wasn't the best way, but in this case, hopefully with his severe paranoia of Ishigami not forgiving him or backing down, will change it for the future so this kind of thing doesn't reoccur. Permanent marker, you can't rub that out. Baka. I like go tell dumbass. And this is where everything that he was holding in, he's been somewhat vindicated. Even if it's only one. Well, actually, the student council has several, but yeah, it's his fault, and he should actually hold that proud slightly. Baka. Good boy. He can let go of the past. If he, even if he doesn't win now, it's still it's still good that he's thinking in this light. But I think the win will solidify that him actually moving over, disregarding the past. The smallest of encouragements there. It's not an entirely feel-good ending. He put in an effort. There were those that were rooting for him. Winning isn't everything, but yeah, I guess for his mental thinks like that's what he needed. Having those outside of the student council rooting for him like this is probably worth more than if it was the president or those that went over to him. Damn board game club! Go back to playing Dungeons and Dragons. Fuck you! Wow. The symbolism of that, of them actually being people now, him seeing things as... yeah, not all normies are evil. Him being able to trust people and see them as people from now on. This is character growth. Even if it's the truth. And see, this is why it needed to actually be told slightly. Because she didn't learn anything from this. Even though she was somewhat innocent in all of it. Well, entirely innocent. But... yes, but that's good, but it's still the issue in the future that protecting a smile is great and all, but if it just repeats the past... Red team won. And he sees himself as all of those balloons polluting the environment. He sees himself as part of the school again. Was that go to hell dumbass Urashi Barker? Was that on his desk at home where the parent marker had gone through the paper? As a permanent reminder. There are elements of my past, distant and not so distant, that probably have had a massive impact on who I am today. With a large amount of them not being positive. But as long as you can overcome issues of your past and it grows you further, so you can learn from issues, and maybe if you're faced with it again, actually have a good resolution. You see, what hurts me most is not that there are people out there like that kid, but it's the fact that everyone that in their wake who they hurt, that's what really angers me. And, you could have still protected that smile and someone still tell her, oh, remember that Ogino guy, your boyfriend? Yeah, he was an actual arsehole, by the way. Just letting you know, for the future. And I have known some people who are very manipulative. Sometimes there isn't the justice or karma that sometimes would be deserved. And much like not winning the race, not always the resolution you want. But if there's people around you who still pick you up when you're down, then you cherish that. But really, after an entire season and 11 episodes of this one, fuck me, I didn't expect Kaguya-Sama to pull such a... Yeah. You can tell how much it kind of affected me with my complete lack of diction. But one thing I will adamantly stand by, and what I alluded to earlier, there are many things that happen to you during your life, and almost every single one of them, there's light at the end of the tunnel. No matter how bad it seems, things can get better, even if you have to put in a little work of your own. We don't all have our own president to help us out. Hopefully my dumbass has somewhat done something. This has been Kaguya-Sama. I hope you enjoyed. There's more on the way. May want to stick along for that, because this might be a bit more uplifting. If you want to take a break, that's more than welcome. But turn on notifications if you haven't already, so I can see you in the next one. It's no secret that those who have supported the channel since I created it has helped me through some tough times. And that goes especially so to my patrons. So to Sal, Raywin, Aegis TR, Denim at 1997, Aisha M, Shiwan, ASD, Stinsfire and everyone else, I really do appreciate it. And hopefully I'll be able to repay the kindness sometime. So thank you.